Hello, I'm Alicia Culp, and welcome to another episode of Creating Through Crisis. This is where we just share some casual conversations about how others are ideating and motivating themselves and even innovating during this time of uncertainty. As a certified coach, I have the opportunity to work with many leaders and help guide them through times of transition. And we have a lot of fun being able to really get in there and activate their unique style of leadership and play to their strengths so that they bring a greater sense of confidence and calm, certainly more creativity, and definitely more energy to the table when they're facing all of these challenges that they may be facing at any time. This series, as I've said before, really started with a spark of curiosity, wondering how this current environment was impacting other leaders' creativity. Because one of the things I love to dive into is really with values and finding out about others' core values. Those are our North Star often in our decision making and the things that also ground us. And often I found that the leaders that I've either worked with or come in contact with, creativity is one of the top values that's on their list. And it may be that they're creating something that they're really joyful about. It could be a creative expression of artwork or handcrafted tools or food or the way they embrace their relationships. Or it could be the way that they are coming up with solutions and new ideas for their business. And oftentimes it really is intermingled the two together. So like I said, this started as just an opportunity and a spark of being able to sit down with some of the women that inspire me, and I hope that their stories inspire you. These are just kind of everyday people experiencing what we're all experiencing. And again, it's unique to each one of us how we are feeling and handling this period right now. So I am very excited about welcoming our next guest. She is a light, really a light and a resilient leader. And she opens her heart and goes into everything with a very open posture. And no pun intended, you'll learn that in a few minutes, but really just an open experience. And when you're with her, you get a feeling that things are kind of an adventure of what's going to happen next. And I think it really is very telling to how she embraces life and the challenges that have come up for her. So with that, I am again very excited to welcome our next guest, wellness coach and personal trainer, Josephine Bunn.
Wow, Alicia, thank you for that great introduction, and thanks for having me here today.
Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here and you got to take some time to share some of your experiences. So why don't we go ahead and just get started and kind of jump in and give us a little bit of a snapshot, because you've gone through a few transitions in the last few years, but share with us, a little bit about your career and maybe some recent transitions.
Absolutely. Well, my passions in my career lie in people and health and wellness. I have 15 plus years working as a personal trainer, a group exercise instructor, and also working in gyms. I've taught boot camps, spin class, TRX, kettlebell, and paddleboard. Through some life circumstances, I had the opportunity to go back to college as an adult learner. And I got my degree in organizational management, specializing in leadership and human resources. During that time, I had an opportunity to work for a nutrition company. And I worked for that nutrition company as a human resource manager. Had another life transition and started a new job, and worked that job for about a year. And I've just lost that job. So I'm transitioning back and doing personal training and group exercise full time. I'm seeing my clients on Zoom, and just with the group exercise instructor, we're practicing social distancing. And so I'm still able to see clients in that way. And also, Alicia, I'm adding the nutrition component and nutrition coaching with my clients as well via Zoom. and also just clients with the group exercise. And Alicia, I forgot to say one thing, just in terms of working as the HR manager and also working even the job after that, I have always kept my side hustle of personal training and group exercise instructor. Whether in my life it was my full-time career or whether it's my side hustle, but today it's my full-time career.
I think that that's a sign, a sure sign of some passion and something that draws you in. I know we've talked about that over the last couple of weeks, how much really it fuels you and fuels your energy to be connected. So it's sort of like when one door closes, there is, you know, that old expression, another one opens up, or whatever it is, right? You have another opportunity that opens up for you. So it sounds like in some ways this is kind of put you on an aligned path, again, with something that all along it's been part of your life, but you freed up some space to be able to really embrace and be involved in more creativity with your clients and healthy living. So what do those two things mean to you? What does creativity and what does health mean to you?
Yes, that's a great question. It's basically making lemonade out of lemons. And just staying open to life's opportunities and saying yes. One way I'm being creative and just practicing creativity is around food and nutrition. I'm heading to the grocery store, looking at the vegetables and the herbs, and being mindful, of course, of being on a budget, but picking out some really nice things for myself and for my family of whole foods, and just creatively cooking recipes that I might see in a magazine with a little bit of a spin of a healthier twist, and also just being super creative. The children have been bringing home lots of fish. So just being creative and doing great things with the resources of the fish that they're bringing home and just using the heck out of that. So I would say just I'm having a lot of fun just being creative right now, just with food and just letting my mind go and having fun with that.
I love it. I love seeing your social media posts, all the colors and the responses that you're getting. I know you're sharing that with clients also, just recipes. You always like weave in something different. A lot of times some supplement or something a little extra and a little bit different that I know I've never heard of before. So I appreciate learning. I'm not a picky eater, but I'm not a foodie either. So getting out there, getting a little bit more adventurous is something that is new and fun. So it's good to kind of expand our horizons with the food that we take in. But all the colors are just so beautiful and eye-popping. So that's exciting stuff.
Well, Alicia, I'm sort of interrupting you, but you said one thing. I love to add that surprise pop, whatever it is, to the dish or the topper or whatever it is, just that unexpected little twist to the dish.
Yeah, and I think it's important that you said that about a budget, because we are all mindful. Everybody's experiencing this in a different way. So I think part of creativity is, certainly we can think, oh, when we have unlimited resources, you could be really creative. But I think that's something that you and I have talked about. It's when the chips are down or when it's really more difficult, you have to kind of dig in there and figure out those ways that open up space for you to be a little bit more creative. Like it's those practices, those regular things that help fuel you. So that's one thing I was interested in kind of exploring a little bit, is asking you, because not everybody maybe is willing to open up and really share, but what have you had to release? Sometimes you have to release the old to let like the new space, the new creativity kind of come in. So how has that been with you?
Oh, Alicia, just when you first asked me that question, it just makes me think of just intentionally every morning things that I might be feeling tight or worried about or things like that. I just have a practice of just releasing it and trusting the universe or trusting God, whatever it is for a person, just releasing that. And that just frees up some space for me, and trusting and knowing that it's all going to work out. Listen, anybody out there that's listening to this that has teenagers, has to know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Particularly ones with senioritis right now and dealing with no graduations and all the stuff, right?
Yes, Alicia. So it's for me, it's just intentionally releasing the things that are out of my control.
Very good.
I'm just releasing those on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, just releasing that and just trusting.
I know you have a strong sense of faith too, right? So everybody's a little bit different with that, again, whatever that looks like for them. And so I always feel that way, that if you have some core belief in something greater, that can carry you forward through really difficult times. So
Yeah.
what kind of along those lines, not that it has to be faith-based, but what is inspiring to you right now? What's saying, yeah, that's got me going?
Health.
Yes.
Our health, people's health inspires me, Alicia. Every day, just going outside, whether it's driving to the grocery store or taking a walk, or meeting like my small group, like what I was sharing with you all, just people out in their front yard, families together.
Yeah. Don't you love that? I do love to see that.
People are out biking, walking, exercising, like I've never seen it before. And that is super inspiring to me.
Yeah, great answer. That's absolutely the truth, right? I love to say, get light, take flight. Like when it starts to get too heavy and the weight starts to kind of get on you sometimes, you've got to get up and move. Josephine and I always talk about got to move some energy, right? We got to move that energy to kind of switch gears and switch mindsets. So that's a great example. Let's swing back to food, because I know that health and the different foods that you infuse your meals with, I think will be inspiring to other people. So why don't you share with us maybe like your top 5 favorite foods or spices or treats, things like that you're making and sharing with your clients right now?
Sure, yes. Well, one thing that I'm making and using and sharing with my clients is a concoction, and it's called gold dust. And it has turmeric in it, which is anti-inflammatory. It has black pepper in it, which I think helps get the metabolism going, that spice in that. Ginger is spicy, and it has chia seeds in it. So, Alicia, I'm using that in my smoothies and putting it in my smoothies. And it's also a great start in my coffee, just to kind of heat everything up in my coffee. Something else that I'm loving is just sipping on a cup of bone broth. Bone broth.
I will take your word for it. I haven't tried that one yet. Go on.
Bone broth for the collagen aspect. That's why I love it.
Okay.
I like it. Another thing that I'm enjoying just for my dessert is just getting a bowl of some berries and drizzling like a almond butter or cashew butter on top of it. It's a healthy sweet treat, and sharing that just with my clients, perhaps instead of a bowl of ice cream, it could be as satisfying as that. With all of this outside exercise, I have one other thing that I just wanted to share. With all this outside exercise, it's watermelon is really hydrating. And watermelon with a little sprinkle of mineral salt on the top of it is hydrating. So those are a few of the things that I'm doing.
Nice tips. Yeah. I look forward to trying all of them. Again, not sure about the bone broth, but I trust you implicitly, so I'm always willing to try. I can't say that I'm going to be like a regular adopter, but I appreciate you sharing that. We're going to kind of wrap up with just a couple of questions, because I know one of your strengths is woo. For anybody who knows Clifton Strengths or has taken that assessment, right, there are these 34 themes, and Josephine, one of her top 5 is woo, which means you don't know a stranger. You meet people and you connect connect, and you just bring people together all the time. So you have quite a network of people that you're always coming in contact with. And I'm just wondering about collaboration, and how does collaborating with other women, how has that worked for you?
Collaborating is my favorite thing.
You are a natural. I have to say, you're natural at it. You bring people in.
There are just so many brilliant people that are out there doing amazing things. And one of that, I appreciate collaborating with you. And this is an example of collaborating with, a woman that I admire, in business with you. That is just one example. And I am collaborating with 2 other women currently right now. One of them is a massage therapist, and we're collaborating and making some videos together. And I'm also collaborating with a woman in terms of me sharing my strengths with her and helping her with her business. And she does branding and marketing, and she's helping me.
That's
so
awesome.
I just think that, 2 heads together or 3 heads together it can drive that bus faster or better, or they can see blind spots or things like that.
I love that. Like, there's this great quote by President Wilson, Woodrow Wilson. Okay, I love quotes. So he says, the quote was something like, I use all the brains that I have and all that I can borrow, right? I think that that's beautiful. It's like, if I can bring in other people's skills and talents and we can all grow and learn from it, that's what it's all about. So, well done.
I love that.
Before we wrap up, I know we talk about affirmations and things that motivate us. So if you'll take just a minute and share with us what your current motto is, and we'll end on this note, what your current motto is that you're sharing with your clients to help motivate them, and then what do you use to get yourself fired up right now?
Yes. Well, the current motto that I'm sharing with my clients is, your health is your wealth.
And what does that mean to you? And what does that mean to them?
Yes, it just, if you don't have your health, the capacity to move or feel well or mental clarity and things like that, then what's the point of having $1 million in the bank? Just your health is your wealth. That's my current motto right now.
I love it. And what's your personal motto that you're using or use every day?
Do epic shit.
I love it. Well, on that note, we're going to end on that. And I appreciate you sharing with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Josephine, for sharing. It's always good to see you. And if you're interested in reaching out to Josephine, her email address is listed below, and you can reach out to her. She'll be happy to talk with you. If you are experiencing some period of transition in your life and you are interested in having a conversation and learning a little bit more about how you can kickstart some energy and some creativity and really infuse that into more meaningful work that you're doing every day, please feel free to reach out and just have a conversation. We can have a chat, and I look forward to hearing from you. So be well and stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks. Bye-bye.